Okay, so here it is, the EPSON PX-8. Let's get this thing a little clean. It's kind of disgusting. Look at this thing. You got this little pop-off cover. There's a handle that pops out so you can carry this thing all around. Got our keyboard. Unlock this and the fancy screen pops up. There we go. Yeah, I got the screen up. Got a little micro cassette in here. Nothing labeled on that. Pop you back in there. Nice keyboard sound. Let's flip it over and look at the bottom. So here we have the two ROMs. The EPSON Utility and Basic ROMs are loaded in there. There's a reset button in there. Could be useful to diagnose this thing. Let me go grab a screwdriver and we'll take care of the rest of those. Okay, let's give the bottom of this a little clean here. Get this cleaned up. We are missing a foot here. We'll have to figure that out. Let's see what's under this cover. This, I believe, is the battery. Yes. Has the official original main battery in here. See if we can get that on out. 4.8 volts, 1100 milliamp hours. It's got 4 cells, I believe. From what I've read, this is 4 of the so-called sub-C sized NiCad batteries. Since we don't have anything else, I'm just going to pop you right back in. There's also a little switch in here that says backup on or off. Again, keep our eye on that because we might need to reset this thing to get it working. The seller on eBay reported that this thing, wow, there's like 3 or 4 different reset buttons on this thing, that it turned on but didn't respond to key presses. So we'll see what that brings. This is magnetic and is making things kind of a pain. Just pop you back in there. This door, see what's under this one. The wonderful RF shielding fabric. Pretty sure, yeah, that is the main sort of IPL OS ROM, I believe. I think that is socketed, so could do something with that. back here, got our AC input, serial port for disks. There's a floppy disk available for this. RS-232 serial for a modem. Speaker out. Analog digital input. This thing has one analog digital input, which could be for like a joystick or some sensor you rig up for it. It's kind of an interesting thing. And a barcode scanner port as well. A lot of these early utility laptops, little laptops, had those barcode scanner ports, things like the TRS-80 Model 100 and the other things in that line for some purpose. This is the add-on system bus. There's a little module that goes on the bottom here, they call them multi-units or RAM disk modules that can be snapped on the bottom for further expansion, which I don't have one of those. So I have some feet, which is nice. So I'll turn it around and pop open the screen again. We'll get the power adapter and see what this thing can do. So we have our power cord out here so we can start testing this. Before we get started, let's check the voltage. This should be a 6-volt center negative power supply. Always a good choice, center negative. We're getting about 8 volts. Again, it's unloaded, so we're at least getting something out, and it's the right polarity. Let's see what it does in the machine. So on this side, we have a power and a volume switch, so let's turn her on. So we got a cursor. No response from the keys. Have this contrast slider, which is labeled view angle, but we got nothing. Let's see. There's a bunch of reset buttons here. Let's just start going at these. So, it looks like we're going to have to read the documentation. So let's look at what we received with this. This bag of manuals that either are for a binder or not. So we have the basic reference manual, which gets us through all of that. Some editor. And a registration card that was filled out and never sent in. Fortunately, they didn't list the purchase date on here. Would be nice to know when they bought it. There's an interesting history on how these were sold, but it was purchased by someone in Enterprise, Florida, which is interesting. It came out of a electronics recycling pallet that was ended up in Wisconsin. A summary manual seems to be glued to some of this other stuff. Oh, didn't read the license agreement. Software suggestions, which is pretty much the software library for this machine. A printer that we didn't receive, and warnings. So we do have some instructions here, so let's turn it off for a second, and we will depress this reset button here. Let's pop this back on, get this stuff out of the way. Let's see if the old initial reset has done anything for us. That's different. So is that all we needed? An initial reset to get this thing working? So we got a few things on this system. PIP, which is a copy program. Stat, submit, we have, which is a proprietary file transfer program, FitLink, and term, config, and basic. So I hit escape here, and we're out on the prompt of CPM.